Hi everyone, it is Alex with Holistic Movement Pilates. Today I have a reformer class for you. It is going to be a full body workout, no props needed. We are going to get started with the foot bars all the way down, one heavy spring on your reformer, and we are going to sit on our reformers to start today facing the straps. Now, when you sit and you face the straps, if your legs don't fit nicely through the shoulder blocks and you do have shoulder blocks that rotate like myself, I'm going to rotate my shoulder blocks so my legs fit nicely. If yours don't rotate and you need to cross your legs over one another, you can always crisscross your legs. And then we're going to go ahead and grab the straps off the pegs. Now, once we grab a hold of the straps, it is up to you if you go long loops or short loops. We're going to start with some roll downs today. Long loops are going to be a little more challenging for your core. Short loops are going to be a little easier for your core, so up to you what you use. And then we always want to make sure roll downs, we have at least a palm's width away from us in the back of our carriage. We can have more than that, just no less than that. And then I'm going to start with my fists coming together right to my sternum. Elbows are going to be open out nice and wide to sides room, and we're just sitting up nice and tall on top of our sits bones. On an exhale, I'm going to start to tuck my pelvis. I'm sending my tailbone towards my heels, and I'm rolling my spine down into my sacrum. When I get here, I'm going to take an inhale, and then on my exhale, I'm going to go up and over my legs, just stacking my spine over. And then I'm going to inhale and stack my spine back up nice and tall. Again, exhale, tuck the pelvis. Think squeeze your glutes, get your low backs down into the carriage. Take your inhale when you get back there. And then I'm exhaling to go up and over my legs, inhaling as I stack my spine back up. Let's keep going. Now, as you roll back, again, I just want the low back to get down. Eyes are going to stay looking towards your core to your feet the entire time. They are never looking up to the ceiling or behind you. So again, as we roll back, make sure that those eyes stay looking forward. Take an inhale, exhale up and over. Inhale, stack that spine. Let's do a few more here. Inhale to stack. Let's do 2. Exhale to roll back. Make sure you pause for that inhale. We exhale to go up and over the legs. We inhale to stack the spine. And then this is the last one here. Exhale, tuck, roll down, take that inhale. Exhale, we go up and over, and then we inhale to stack back up. Okay, now the arms are gonna go nice and long. I'm gonna scoot my butt just a little further forward. Knees are going to bend so that our heels are just right into the headrest. And then we're gonna go back into roll downs, but we're not holding this time. We're just gonna inhale to roll back, and we're gonna exhale to come up. Same thing with loops, long or more challenging, short make it a little easier. On my inhale, I'm tucking my pelvis. I'm rolling back down to my sacrum, and I'm exhaling just to come all the way back up, sitting up nice and tall on top of my sits bones. Again, exhale, tuck, roll. Pause for that inhale. Exhale, come all the way back up. Screwed up that breath. Inhale, tuck, roll back. Exhale as we come back up. Keep going. Inhale to roll back. And exhale as we come back up. Let's do 3. And 2. And then last one, inhale back and exhale up. All right, now once we come up, we're gonna pause. We are gonna go back down, but I'm gonna go about halfway back this next time. So I'm gonna tuck my pelvis, roll about halfway, maybe a tiny bit further than halfway. Pause here. On my next exhale, I'll lift my right knee up into a tabletop position. I inhale to set the foot down. I exhale to lift my left, and then I inhale to set it down. So we're just going through a march throughout the legs. It's an exhale to lift, and then an inhale as we lower back down. Lift and lower, lift and lower, using our obliques to pull the knees up into our tabletop position. Shoulders are down, arms stay long, chest stays still. Let's do 4 more. 3. And then last one with the left. When you set that left foot down, we can come all the way back up. We're gonna pause at the top. Now the next time we go back, we're gonna do those leg lifts, but we're gonna add in a little movement of our chest. So again, long loops or short, up to you. Heels are in our headrest. We're gonna tuck, roll ourselves about halfway back, maybe a little further back than halfway. Now as I exhale to lift my right knee, I lift my chest, not my arms. My arms stay long. I set the foot down, I lower my chest back down. I lift my left leg, I lift my chest. I set it down and I lower my chest down. So think the chest comes up to meet the knee and the knee comes up to meet the chest. The arms need to stay long the entire time. That carriage should be moving in and out. We're keeping that tuck. Exhale, inhale, exhale, lift, inhale, lower. Exhale up, inhale down. Let's do 4, 2, 1. Then we can come all the way back up. Feel free to give those legs a nice little stretch and then give the shoulders, necks a little bit of a roll. Now I am gonna add on a light spring with my existing heavy just to make this a little heavier for some arms. And then I'm gonna crisscross my straps over one another and I'm gonna uncross my arms. Now, we're working into a little bit of a larger muscle group here. So I'm personally gonna grip up higher onto the knotted part of my ropes. If you want it lighter, you can always grip a little further back, but I want it heavier for my arms, so I'm gonna grip up on the knots. Now, if you want it heavier than that, you can always change to a heavy and a medium spring rather than one heavy, one light. Arms are gonna be long. My palms are rotated to the floor. I'm gonna exhale, bend my elbows wide to pull back, and I'm inhaling to extend. I exhale to pull wide, and then again, I'm inhaling to extend. And every time I pull back, I'm giving my shoulder blades just a nice little pinch together. Abs are in, and we're sitting up nice and tall. Exhale, pull. Inhale as we extend, getting right into those posterior muscles. Okay, I'm gonna go for 4, 2, and 1. Now, once I come back, I'm personally gonna switch to my short loops now. We're gonna go into a little rotator cuff exercise. Elbows are gonna go right into our ribs. They're bent at a 90-degree angle. Our palms are rotated towards each other. Make sure that the wrists stay long. On an exhale, I'm gonna open my palms out towards the side of the room, and then I'm gonna bring my palms back towards each other. So I'm gonna just open my palms out, and then I'm coming back. So I'm aiming for my elbows to stay in towards my ribs, still sitting up tall. And then again, the wrists stay long when we open and close. Shoulders are relaxed. Okay, I'm gonna go for 3 more. And then last one. All right, then once I come back, I'm gonna pause. I'm personally gonna keep my short loops into my hands. We're gonna finish off with bow and arrow here. Arms are gonna go long, palms are rotated to the floor again. Left arm stays long, we bend the right elbow, we pull, rotate to the right side of the room, then we go center, and then we do the same thing to the left. We pull, rotate left with the right arm staying long, and we go center. Exhale, pull, rotate, inhale back. Now I wanna think on my rotation, I'm keeping my sits bones anchored down into the carriage so my pelvis doesn't move. The rotation comes right from my spine, right around my bra line. Keep going. Exhale to rotate, inhale to go center. We want those obliques to fire on that nice rotation. And we're gonna do 4 more, so 2 on each side. Then I have 1 more right, 1 more left. Okay, then once I finish that one on the left, I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna uncross my straps. I'm just gonna go ahead and hang my loops back up. Once I hang my straps back up, I'm just gonna go ahead and rotate my shoulder blocks. If you did rotate them, you can rotate them back. Okay, then we are going to switch to just 1 light spring now. We're gonna keep going with some core work, and this is going to be challenging core work. on the reformer. So at any point, if you can't do this and you need to stay on your knees, you can always do this on your knees. We're gonna kneel on our reformer. Knees are gonna be up against the shoulder blocks to start. I'm gonna take my hands right onto the frame of the carriage, and then we're gonna walk them out so that my shoulders are further back than my palms. I'm gonna go ahead, curl my toes underneath me. I'm gonna lift my knees up, and I'm gonna go right into a plank. So adjust your hands and your feet as needed. My shoulders are now over my hands, and then I zipped my legs together. Again, on your knees if you can't do this. On an exhale, I'm gonna bend my knees, pull the carriage in with my core. Inhale, extend. Exhale, tuck, pull. Inhale out. I'm scooping into my core to pull my knees in and out. Gonna do 4 more. And 1. Okay, then we can come down onto the knees. We can give ourselves a little stretch. And then we're gonna go into some pikes after that. Again, if coming off the knees does not feel good, just stay on your knees and do the same thing with your knees, pulling the carriage in and out. Hands are gonna go back onto the frame. Again, I'm walking them further away. So when I get into my plank, ideally, I don't have to readjust my hands or my feet. I'm gonna zip my legs together, curl my toes, lift my knees, stretch my legs. Again, flat line for that plank. Legs stay long this time. We're gonna tuck the pelvis, hike the hips for a pike. The carriage goes back out. We tuck, we pike. We let that carriage go back out. Use your core to pull in and out. Again, I'm gonna do 4. And 1. Ooh, okay, come down onto the knees. Feel free to give ourselves a little stretch here. And then we're gonna go ahead and change our springs again. We're gonna do some glutes. I'm gonna go back to just a heavy spring. I'm taking off the light. Now, heavy technically for this glute series is pretty heavy. So if it's too heavy, I would just go to 1 medium spring. We're gonna kneel still facing our straps. And then I'm gonna grab the right strap. Long loop is gonna go onto the arch of my right foot. So I'm pulling forward, long loop goes onto the arch of the right foot. And then personally, I have the strap underneath my right armpit. I don't have it on the outside of my right arm. I have it on the inside of my right arm. And then my hands are wide onto the carriage. On an exhale, we're gonna kick our right leg back and up, and then we bend to come back in. Donkey kicks, press, lift, bend to come back in, exhale out, inhale in. And that 4-point kneeling, stability comes from shoulders and core. Abs are into our backs. Exhale, kick, inhale, return. Okay, let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Okay, then once we come back, we're gonna pause. We're taking that strap off of our foot. We're gonna hang it up, and we're gonna do the same thing on the left side. Just a quick glute series. Again, long loop is gonna go into the arch of your foot. I'm pulling forward. Again, I'm taking that strap underneath my left armpit, so it's on the inside of my arm, not the outside. 4-point kneeling, kick that left leg back and up. Bend, press, little lift, and bend. Again, it's an exhale to kick and an inhale to come back. Scoop into your core. Squeeze your booties. Okay, we're gonna go for 4, 2, and 1. Then once we come back, we're gonna pause. We're gonna take that strap off of our foot. We can hang it up. Now, we will come back to the strap, but we do need to change our springs. We're gonna go to 1 medium spring. If you aren't already on it, take that heavy spring off. And then we're gonna go back into some arm work. So I When I was kneeling on my reformer, I rotated to the left side. I'm gonna stand this side, and then I'm gonna grab the strap into my right hand. And then it is up to you if you set your right leg up against the shoulder blocks. If you do, it's gonna be a little lighter. If you scoot further out, it will be a little heavier for you. Now, when you're here, I would go knees about hip distance away. If you want a better base, you can go a little wider, but just not too wide. So again, about hip distance, but if you want a little more stability, you can go wider than that. Now, long loop is always lighter, short loop is heavier for arms. Elbows gonna be pinned into your side, elbows bent at a 90-degree angle, our palm is open to the right side. I'm gonna exhale, take my palm across the body, and I'm gonna inhale to open it back out. Exhale, palm goes across, and then inhale, open. Very similar when we were sitting on our reformers facing these straps. My shoulders and my pelvis are staying parallel to the wallet in front of me. Exhale and inhale as we return. Okay, we're gonna go for 3, 2, now on this last one, we're gonna hold that palm there. I'm gonna inhale, let my elbow go out to the side of the room, and then exhale, bring my palm back. So I'm just nudging somebody next to me with my elbow, and then I'm bringing my palm back across my body, again, without my torso or my pelvis moving, right from that right shoulder. Okay, I'm gonna go for 3, 2, and 1. Now, once I come back, I am gonna change to my long loop just because I don't like this super heavy for me. We're gonna rotate towards our foot bar ever so carefully. The right knee stays down, the left foot goes onto the front of the carriage, and I just have my toes curled over. That's fine if you have your toes curled over. I'm gonna take my right elbow into my ribs, the palm is flipped up, that hand should be right around belly button height, and then left arm can be wherever you feel comfortable. We're gonna exhale, reach our right arm out away from us. We inhale to bring it back in, exhale to reach, and inhale as we bend to come back in. Now, as I reach my arm out, it's going shoulder height, and then back to my belly button, shoulder height, and back to my belly button. Okay, I have 4, 2, again, chest, shoulders, don't move, and then last one. Now, once I come back in, I'm gonna pause ever so carefully. I'm gonna take my right hand over my head. I'm gonna hinge slightly forward. My left hand is just gonna stay on my knee. Tricep extensions, we extend and we bend. Now, if this is too challenging with one arm, take your left hand onto the strap and assist with your right. But if you feel fine doing one arm, do one. Keep that little hinge forward. Ooh, exhale, inhale, 2 more. Ooh. And last one. And then again, ever so carefully, take that arm down, hang that strap up. Now, my right toes are curled over the edge. If yours are not, curl them over the edge of your carriages. I'm gonna take my hands onto my wooden platform, and I'm gonna step my, sorry, that was my left toes. I'm gonna step my right toes forward with my left. Now, I'm gonna take my hands onto the foot bar. It is gonna feel pretty far down, so if you do need to move it up, you can always move it up. I'm going to have my thumbs with my fingers, shift my weight forward, chest is over the foot bar. We're gonna inhale, push the carriage out with the legs, and we're gonna pause here. Now, keep those legs long to start, abs are in. This time we're gonna inhale, bend the knees to bring the carriage in. Exhale, push the legs out. Bend the knees, stretch the legs. Abs, again, are in. Inhale, bend. Exhale, stretch. Nice little tuck of the pelvis, as if we could set the knees down onto the wooden platform when we come in. We push out. Let's do 4, 2, and 1. Okay, now I'm gonna lift my hips, bring my carriage back in, and I'm gonna carefully set both knees down. We're rotating further to the left now. So now we're on the other side, and then we have those same exercises. So grab the strap into your left hand. Again, long loop is lighter, short loop is heavier. The further you are away from your shoulder blocks, the heavier it is. Elbows into your side, ready? Palm goes across the body. We open it back out. We exhale to go across. We inhale to open, and keeping my elbow in to my ribs. Again, my shoulders and hips are staying parallel to the wall out in front of me. The only thing moving should be that left arm. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 more. Now on this last one, my palm is gonna stay across my body. On an inhale, my elbow goes out towards the side, and then exhale, that palm goes back across the body. Inhale out, and exhale again as we come back. Movement coming right from that shoulder. Okay, we're gonna do 5. And 1. Okay, now just like the last side, I'm going to use my long loop. It's up to you if you stay with your long or your short. Again, longer is going to be a little nicer. Your right foot should be down on the carriage, and then your left knee should be the one down. Right hand can be wherever it feels comfortable. Left elbow is going to be into your ribs. Again, my hand is about belly button height to start. When I reach out, it goes shoulder height and then back down to my belly button, shoulder height, back to my belly button. Again, our shoulders and our hips stay parallel to the wall in front of us. Exhale as we reach. Inhale when we come back. Really feeling that bicep and deltoid working here. And I already know for triceps, I'm gonna need some assistance with my right arm. Okay, I'm gonna do 4 more. 2 and 1. Okay, now once I come back, again, carefully, I'm gonna take that hand over my head. I'm gonna hinge slightly forward. I'm gonna try to do it without my right arm first. I'm gonna extend my left arm and I'm gonna bend. I'm gonna try to do a couple more without that right. Extend and bend. Don't worry so much about that shoulder being in your ear. Oh my gosh, maybe I can get this through this whole, okay. Taking my words back. I thought I was going to be able to do the whole series without my right. But I am, when I'm using my right, I'm still trying to put most of the effort into my left arm. Right arm is just assisting. Okay, I'm just going to do 3, 2, and 1. Okay, carefully coming back. I'm gonna hang that strap back up onto the peg. And then this time when we stand up, it's gonna be a heavy spring instead of a medium. So take off your medium, switch to a heavy. But we are standing back up with the toes, both toes over the edge of our carriages, and then hands are gonna go back onto our foot bars. It's heavier this time, so we want a little more work for the legs when we push out and in. So I'm gonna push my carriage out with my legs, hold ready. We're gonna bend the knees, stretch the legs, bend, exhale, stretch. Inhale and exhale. Abs are in every time we exhale to push. Okay, let's do 4, 3, and 1. Okay, lift the hips, bring the carriage all the way in, and just carefully step off to the sides. Now, I'm gonna stay with this heavy spring. I am gonna make it a little heavier for myself by adding on 1 light spring. We're gonna do some arm work lying down. So some supine arms, 1 heavy, 1 light. When I get down onto my reformer, I'm gonna reach behind me and grab my short loops into my hands. And then once I do so, my arms are gonna go straight up to the ceiling, hands are gonna be right over the shoulders. Knees go up into a tabletop position. As always, we should be in our neutral spines here. On an exhale, I'm just going to pull my arms down to the mat. I'm gonna inhale, return back up. I'm exhaling to pull, and I'm inhaling to return, feeling my lats engaging, which are those nice big muscles that run up and down the sides of your back. And then core should be firing up as well. Exhale, pull, inhale, return. Okay, I'm gonna do 3, and then last one. Now we are pausing at the top, but we're not setting our feet down. We're adding in our curls. I'm gonna press curl myself right up into my abdominal curl. I inhale to return back down with control. Exhale, nod, curl. Inhaling again as we return. Right to that bra line. I want to feel that rectus abdominis working to bring me up. Okay, I'm going to do 2 more. Now on this last one, we're gonna hold ourselves up into our curl. So pause here. Inhale, reach the legs out to a challenging level. Exhale, bring the knees in. Inhale out and exhale in. Reach, scoop into your abs to pull those knees back in. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. Now we are gonna hold our curl, so stay here, stay with those knees in tabletop. I'm gonna reach my legs back out to a challenging level. They're gonna stay there. I'm gonna open my legs out to the sides of the room. Exhale, close, inhale, open. Exhale, close, drawing the abs in to my back as I zip my legs together. If the necks are an issue, heads can go down. Let's do 2. Last one. Now you're not done. Keep those legs long. We're gonna open the arms with the legs. And we close. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Try to hold those curls if you can. Try to give me 4 more. Abs in. Last one. And bend. Return. Arms, head. Ooh, hand, feet. Feel free to give ourselves a nice little stretch. Now, let's go ahead. We'll do one more thing here, and then we'll be done with our arms and abs lying down. So the arms are gonna go right back up towards ceiling. I'm gonna pick my knees up into my tabletop position again. Legs are zipped together. Now we're gonna press our arms down. As we do so, we're gonna curl, reach the legs out. We're going into arm circles. We're gonna circle the arms, run it back. Knees back in tabletop, shoulders, heads down when we circle the arms around. So we're gonna press, curl, extend. As I open my arms, I'm gonna return my knees, shoulders, and head. Press, curl, extend. Inhale to circle around and back. Let's do 3. And 1. Now, once we come back around, we pause. We open the arms out to a T. As we press the palms of the hips, we curl, we extend the legs. As the arms go up, the knees go back, the shoulders, heads go down. Arms out to a T, press, curl, reach away. Inhale as we return back down. At any point if the necks are an issue, remember heads can always stay down. 3 more. And last one. Okay, relax your head, your feet. We're gonna go ahead and hang our straps back up onto the pegs. And then once we do so, we're gonna sit ourselves off to the sides of our reformers. Now, when we sit off to the sides, our foot bars are gonna go up to the starting position. We're gonna go to a medium spring. I'm taking everything else off. I'm gonna sit on my foot bar facing my reformer. We're gonna do some tricep dips here. Now, we do have a couple of options for tricep dips. I have long legs, but they don't quite get to the shoulder blocks. If your legs don't get to the shoulder blocks, don't worry so much about it. Just plant your heels onto your carriage. If you have shorter legs, and you want to put like a foam roller or something there so you have something to hold your feet in place, you can always put something to block it there, but it really doesn't matter if you can't get to the shoulder blocks. So I'm just gonna keep my carriage in. My legs are gonna be long. I'm gonna try to bring my toes onto the shoulder blocks here. Okay, hands are wide on the foot bar, thumbs are with your fingers, palms are facing back. We're gonna lift our butts up off the carriage, and I'm gonna lift my hips up as well. Now when my hips are lifted, I'm gonna push the carriage out with my arms. From here, I'm gonna bend my elbows so my hips go down. I'm gonna kind of row to come in. I extend my arms and my hips are lifted back up. So ready? We're gonna push out. We're gonna bend the elbows, dip the hips down. As we extend the arms, we're gonna lift those hips back up. It's like we're rowing in and out. Let's do 2 for these tricep dips. Last one. Okay, now once we come in, pause. Feel free to sit your butts back onto the foot bar. And then the last one is reversing that movement. So feet are back, hands are on, butts come off. This time, we're gonna bend the elbows, dip the butt down. We're gonna push the carriage out. We're gonna lift our hips up, our arms should be long. We pull the carriage back in, ready? My butt goes down, I bend my elbows, I push out with my legs and arms, and then I bring the carriage back in. 3 more. Ooh. 2 and 1. Okay, come all the way back in, pause in, sit your booties back onto those foot bars, and then add on a heavy spring with your existing medium. Now, when I'm sitting here, my sits bones are right at the edge, so when I push my carriage out, I don't get pushed off of my foot bar. So make sure your sits bones are like off the foot bar, kind of bracing you here so you don't get ricocheted off. Now, you can go toes, balls of your feet on. I have them a little wider than sits bone distance, so I'm about hip distance away. And then I'm just gonna exhale, push the carriage out with my legs, bend in, push, and in. Now, if you wanna take your hands off the foot bar, you can. We're just kind of warming up the legs here, and then we are gonna do some singles eventually. Sitting up tall, abs are in. 3 and 1. Okay, now once we come in, pause. The right foot stays on. I'm gonna bring my toes a little closer. Left foot just comes off. We're gonna go out and in, out and in. Again, I'm exhaling to push, and I'm inhaling to resist back in. Feel free, hands or no hands, up to you. Exhale out, inhale back. Okay, 4, 3, 2, feel those quads. 1, right to the left leg, right foot off. Go ahead, start right away. Exhale out, inhale back again, pushing, resisting the spring, sitting up nice and tall. Feel those quads, feel those hamstrings engaged. We're gonna do 5, 3, 2, 1. Okay, bring it in and just step off to the side. I got a cramp in my right hip there. Okay, 2 heavy springs. Everything else comes off. And then we're gonna lie ourselves down. Headrests have to be down. So lie down. And then once we get down onto our reformers, we're gonna take my heels onto the foot bar, parallel with each other, sits bones distance away, so just about that fist distance away. We're going into some bridges without our carriages moving. We're inhaling in our neutral spine. We are exhaling to flatten the low backs down. We roll our spines up, adjust if you need to. Send your tailbone to the backs of your knees, take your inhale. Exhale, articulate the spines all the way back down into the mat. We inhale in our neutral. We exhale to flatten the low back down. We roll up. If you can, take a look at your feet. When you're starting to roll up, look at your feet and just make sure that they're staying parallel with each other. No external rotation, no internal rotation. Roll up, take an inhale, roll down. Okay, now the next time we come up, we're gonna hold ourselves up into our bridges. So roll up and pause. On an inhale, we're gonna push the carriage out. On our exhale, we pull our carriage back in. Push and pull. Now, as you push out, remember your butt should kind of hover over the carriage. When you come back in, they should lift back up. Just because your pelvis is gonna stay like right in line with your knees when you push out and in. So we should always have a nice long line from our shoulders to our knees. Push and pull, push, pull. Keep those feet parallel. 3 more. And then last one. Okay, now once we come back in, pause, roll our spines down, and then hold in. Now I'm gonna bring my feet just a tiny bit closer towards each other. So now they're like an inch or 2 away from each other. Heels are gonna stay on, right foot stays on, left knee goes up into our tabletop position. Single legs. We're gonna push into our right foot, roll our spines up into our bridge. We take an inhale at the top, we exhale to roll back down. 4 total. Inhale in our neutral. Exhale, we flatten and peel. Take that inhale at the top. Exhale, roll our spines back down. 2 more. And I am sliding partially onto my heel, that's fine. Okay, now this next time I come up, hold at the top, ready, push and pull. Exhale out, inhale back, exhale away, inhale back. You should really feel those glutes and hamstrings for the series. The last one when we were sitting on the foot bar was a little more quad. Should be a lot more in that posterior side of the body. Push, pull. 3, 2, 1, roll. Ugh, those spines down. Okay, set the left foot down. Let's go right into it. Right knee tabletop. Don't worry, we'll stretch after. We're gonna flatten and peel up. Take that inhale. Exhale, roll back down. Oh, my left hamstring always gives me the worst time. 3 more. Keep going, even if I stop to stretch out my cramps. 2 more on the last one. We stay at the top. Okay, on this again, we hold. Ready? Let's exhale to push. Inhale to bring it back in. Make sure that that pelvis stays level the entire time. Push, resist, exhale, push, resist. Try to keep those toes pointed up to the ceiling, not out to the sides. Give me 3 more. And 1. Okay, roll it down. Grab your long loops that go onto your feet. If you would like your headrest up, feel free to put your headrest up. We are going to stretch out your hamstrings first. So low backs can go down. Give your ropes a nice tug. Stretch out those hamstrings. Okay, and then the legs are gonna go up just as high as we can hold our neutral spines. We are going to exhale and lower our legs straight down towards our springs. And we're gonna inhale, hinge. Exhale to pull and inhale, hinge. Now, the bra lines, remember, stay heavy when the legs go down. The sacrum stay heavy when the legs go up. I'm thinking I'm drawing my abs in as I pull, and I inhale the hinge. Okay, last one. Down and up. Now once we come back up, we're gonna pause. We're gonna lower our legs back down towards our springs. We'll open them wide out to the sides to circle around and back up. I'm exhaling to lower and then just inhaling to circle around and back up, keeping my pelvis just nice and still. Movement comes right from the head of the femur. Last one. Then once we come back up, we pause and then we reverse. We open our legs wide, press them down and round. We zip them together and then we hinge to come back up. Okay, I'm gonna do 3 more. And then last one. Now, once we come back up, we're gonna pause at the top. I'm gonna let my low back go down. One of my favorite stretches, just be careful for this one. I'm gonna hold on to my ropes. I'm gonna bend my right knee. I'm gonna send my foot down towards the floor to the outside frame of the carriage. The strap should adjust, so now it's on the front of your foot rather than the back. And then you can let your left leg open out to the side. And if you want a deeper stretch, you can pull your strap. So we're trying to stretch out the front of the right leg. And then we can give that left adductor and hamstring a nice little stretch too. And just surrender into the stretch. Try to get rid of any tension that you have. Okay, then my left foot goes back up. I'm gonna bring my right leg up. Same thing on the other side. Again, I like to hold on to my straps for this. I'm gonna bend my left knee, send it down towards the floor. Right leg can open out to the side. Surrender. Okay, then that right leg goes back up first. We're gonna bring the left foot off the floor. We'll take our straps off of our pegs, can hang it back up onto the pegs, and then we can just sit ourselves off to the sides. All right, when we sit off to the sides, we are all finished with class today. As always, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you so much for joining me today.